It's showtime.
Hey, welcome to Did You Watch Survivor Last Night? My name's Jake Scheidel. This is a podcast about reality television and friendship, in which I ask my best friend, Thomas Powell, if he did indeed watch a certain reality show. Hey, Thomas, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing alright, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel, you know how you feel like sometimes you lose your fastball a little bit? Like, you feel like you really know...
Yeah.
You feel like
it's
you
like
know...
curveballs at this
you
point.
feel like you know a show, and you're very good at scoring points at it, and then all of a sudden, like, you have 3 very bad weeks in a row.
Yeah. Look, it wasn't your day, or even your week, or even your year, but I'll be there for you. My name's Joey Fabiani. Fibonacci? What was his name? Joey Tribbiani.
Yep.
And his nerdy math cousin, Joey Fibonacci.
Where in the world is Joey Tribbiani?
What I'm saying is, this is Friends. Sorry, it's not Cheers.
I should have gone as Joey Tribbiani for Halloween so that I could do my favorite Joey Tribbiani, or my favorite Friends thing, which is to go, "How you doing, Joey? Friends," but also be doing it while wearing a Joey costume.
How about this? Next year, I almost said next season. Next Halloween season, which will happen in the year of our Lord 2018, you guys, Joey Tribbiani, I can be Chandler Bing, not Google, and you could be like, "How you doing, Joey, Friends?" And I'd be like, "Could you be any more Joey from Friends?" Chandler Bing. Google.
You should go as Chandler Altavista. Chandler Yahoo. Chandler Ask Jeeves.
I should go as Chandler Ask Jeeves. Then where I dress as Ask Jeeves, which is the character's name, and then I just impersonate, what's his name? Chandler Bing. Could you ask more stupid questions?
Could you be any more Joey?
Look, we just passed Halloween, so it's about time that we think about our Halloween costume for next year. Do we have 4 other friends that can be the other friends? It was 6 friends, right?
Okay, let's go through the friends.
Let's go through all the friends. Okay, so 1, there's Joey Tribbiani, the main character.
There is Chandler Altavista.
Chandler Altavista. There's Phoebe. There's, remember Kristen? There's Ross Dress for Less. Everybody remembers him. He loved the other one, Jennifer Aniston.
As herself.
And then everybody's favorite was young Sheldon, of course.
That was actually how that was actually how Cochran got his start. He was the other friend.
He was like, "Hey guys, how about a 7th friend?" And they're like, "Seems like it works for us. You're 8 years old in this world." Paul Rudd was actually based on Jonathan Cochran. The Paul Rudd character in Friends was based on John Cochran from Survivor.
Did you know that Johnny Knoxville from Jackass is also based on Cochran?
I did know
he would always be like, "I'm Johnny Cochran. Welcome to Jackass."
Yeah. He said that. That was like his catchphrase, so to say. It's great. So, Thomas, here's my question for you on this afternoon. Did you watch Survivor Triple H last night?
It's all about the game, and how you play it, all about control, and if you can take it.
I saw the line in the sand, and it was time to play the game, and I did watch it.
I like that my voice kind of dropped out when I said Triple H, so I sounded even more like Hunter Hemsworth or whatever the fuck his real name is.
That's my favorite of the Hemsworth brothers.
Have you seen the new Thor?
The new Thor starring Triple H.
I would watch that. What if Triple H... Nope, never mind. I was going to say, what if Triple H is Thor's dad, but I'm pretty sure we know who Thor's dad is.
I just want a version of the new Thor where at the end of like every scene, Triple H just comes in and pedigrees someone. And then the rest of the movie is just the same as it normally would be.
But every scene ends with a pedigree.
Yeah, he's just like...
even it doesn't make any sense within the context of the film.
Yeah, it's just like somebody in the background.
And it's like those memes, like those Randy Orton memes, when he would like RKO people in videos, and it would be like photoshopped in, but it would be the real Triple H.
But it would actually be Triple H.
Yeah. And they're like, this seems like so expensive and a waste of money, but we've got to do it. Look, it's Thor 3.
We have to get the Hemsworths involved.
Thor Ragnarok, but Thor is spelled Thhhhor.
Thunter, Thearst, Thelmsley.
Fucking love Triple H. He's my favorite wrestler.
I love him so much. Triple H, member of the Shield now.
Yeah, let's fucking see.
It was at a house show. It's not canon.
Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that. Okay. This week's episode of Triple H Survivor was called "This is Why You Play Survivor, so you can meet Triple H." Look, this season you're not winning $1 million. Your prize this year is meeting
Triple H,
WWE Chairman Triple H. All right, so we start off on the Soko with Grime beach. Ryan and Allie have a fight about.
Well, I mean, it's we don't use those names anymore. It's November now.
Remember, the 5th of November. That's today.
That is today.
Shit. All right, great. We did it. We did it, you guys.
Me and the boys are going to blow up Parliament for not being Catholic enough.
Oh, what is that? I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Was that the plot?
No, that's what the original plot, like the actual Guy Fawkes one, involved. You know, like
he was like, I love Catholicism.
Yeah, well, I mean, England was like Protestant.
And he was like, I want more Catholics. We need more babies.
I don't know. I feel like I'm probably oversimplifying it, but yeah, he was going to blow up Parliament back in like the 1700s or 1600s or whatever.
Fucking good for him. Proud of that guy.
I love him, and now I love him because he has the cool mask that I like. Everyone likes
from the movie.
Everyone likes the mask from that movie.
Everybody loves the mask from the movie The Mask.
Smockin'.
Oh, Thomas. Before we get into the actual content of this episode of Survivor Triple H, it's time to play the game. I gotta mention, this is episode 108. You know why that's significant?
Why?
Because if you add up all the numbers, 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42, it's 108. This is
a Lost podcast.
It's a secret Lost podcast. What was Philip
Guys, where are we?
Stealth? Yeah. Fucking Fiji again. Just like every other season.
We're not going to Guam, are we? We're going to Fiji.
Jeff Probst at the front of the plane, like, no, I told you guys this season's taking place in Fiji. I don't know why you thought Guam.
We're not going to Guam, are we?
And then they get on the beach, and Malcolm is like, worst submarine party I've ever been to.
Sorry, you beat me to my other joke was going to be, which is, worst submarine party I've ever been to.
Oh, so your joke was just my joke and your Jeff Probst impression?
Yeah, it was just Jeff Probst saying it.
Oh, actually, remember the 4th of November, apparently, Jeff Probst's birthday.
Jeff Probst, the mightiest of all the Antifa super soldiers.
True. Also, I don't know why I started the sentence, because I forgot what I was going to say.
I mean, happy birthday, Jeff. Happy belated birthday.
Oh, I don't know why we're keeping track of how old he is, because he's never going to die. Right?
Play the Metal Gear Solid birthday song again. I know you have it.
Birthday, congratulations. Happy birthday with salutations. Happy birthday, may your skies stay blue. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah. I do. I don't delete things from my computer. That's why it always runs so slow. All right. So on the Soko with Grime Beach, Ryan and Allie fight about voting out Rourke. Ryan tells Allie he didn't trust Rourke, and Allie says, or Allie asks him why he didn't just talk to her about it, and then she says that she doesn't think she'll ever be able to trust Ryan again. Yeah, Allie.
Your mistake was trusting him in the first place.
Yeah. Oh boy, Alexandra. We loved you. Ryan says in a talking head, Allie rails into me. Oh, this was a bad look for Ryan. Allie rails into me. It was a really bad look for her. I can't have enemies in this game. She may have to go. He doesn't want enemies in the game, but is apparently fine with having enemies in the audience.
Yeah.
He's the opposite of Rupert. Where everybody loves Rupert, everybody being me, hates young Sheldon.
I hate him.
Alright. Over on the Yawa Real Monsters tribe, Mike catches a small fish and then drops it in the fire. Do you know what they named that fish? It was a deleted scene, but they named the fish that he dropped in the fire. You know what they named it?
What did they name it?
They named it Scoopin'.
Okay.
Michael Scoopin is the guy who fell in the fire in season 3.
Oh, okay, that's actually pretty funny then.
See, if you had been watching Survivor since the start, you would get that joke. It's a pretty good joke. Was that season 3 or 2? It doesn't matter. He's in jail now.
What is he in jail for? Falling in the fire?
Yeah, they were like, you did bad on Survivor. 15 years later, we're sending
How
you to jail.
embarrassing. You're in jail now.
I've told you already what he's in jail for, and it's gross, and I don't want to...
Oh, yeah, didn't he, like, murder somebody?
Nope. That would be...
Oh, it was child porn, wasn't
That's
it?
the one. Even though it was a small fish, Michael Scoopin, Mike still shared it with the rest of the tribe, which Ben noted because Cole, who had caught a larger fish earlier, didn't share his fish with anyone.
I like that they just showed Cole eating, like, the entire episode, like the fucking giant piece of shit that he is.
Yeah, we were talking before we started recording about how they haven't done a really good job of, like, creating characters so far this season, with a few exceptions. I like that Cole's character is just guy who eats a lot.
Yep.
So Cole and Lauren fight over his eating habits, and Cole tells us, without me, there would be no winning for the Yawa tribe. Cool. Cole, fucking eat a crab or whatever. I guess that's not really a bad thing, is it?
Hey, Cole.
Crabs are pretty good.
Hey, Henlo, Cole. Henlo, you stinky Cole. Go eat a crab, ugly.
Yeah. I don't like Cole. End of sentence. Alright, so at the reward challenge, I wrote in my notes, reward tribe. That's not correct. At the reward challenge, the reward is pizza, no beer this time around.
Yeah,
there was soft drinks.
There were. I should have gone with the soft drinks.
So 2 people from each tribe hold a buoy between them while traveling over a balance beam. It's like a teeter-totter. And then they all get on a boat and untie some knots, and then they use a slingshot to knock down 2 targets in the water. I feel like there was a very steep learning curve on this challenge when it came to the slingshot portion.
Well, yeah, that was, I mean, I guess they weren't necessarily expecting the waves to be as choppy as they were.
Yeah, I think that added a lot to the challenge, though. It would be a pretty boring challenge without that. But it just reminded me of the time that Jeff, like, got barreled over by a wave in a challenge, like, last season or 2 seasons ago. That was great. That should happen every season.
Then he drove off on a jet ski.
Yeah, he was like, oh no, big wave coming in. Here comes a jet ski for me.
Good thing I have my wave runner.
It's not called a wave runner. It's called a Jeff ski. Soko with Grime wins. Yawa Real Monsters takes second. And JP says about his tribe that they needed him to win that challenge. Cool, JP. What are you talking about? JP is the most boring person who's ever been on this show.
Yeah, like the thing that he says is just like, I helped us win.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guy. Jake, I did think it was weird. I did think it was weird, though, because, like, I just don't feel like pizza's a very good tool to build a shelter with.
Well,
I feel like you should maybe just eat the pizza.
Have you heard of something called a Pizza Hut?
Oh, no!
You know what? I'm giving myself the point. Because they could have built a Pizza Hut. No. They could have built a Pizza Hut. They chose not to.
Jeff did not say that it was for building a Pizza Hut, so you do not get the point.
So what? So what Jeff says? So what Jeff says?
So what Jeff says? Excuse me?
So what Jeff says? Jeff gave Ty's original tribe on his original season those chickens to eat, and they became pets. Like, it doesn't matter what you use the reward for.
Oh, well, I think that they could have fermented that pizza into beer, so I get a point.
No, you can't make beer out of yeast.
Yes, you can!
Nope, it's impossible. If there's one thing I know about beer, it's that there's no yeast in it ever.
Yep.
Ryan, on the Soko with Grime beach, begins to target JP because he knows that the merge is coming soon, and JP is a strong boy.
Sorry. Maybe I just got distracted for a second because I was thinking of a good tweet that I liked recently. When you mentioned yeast, that was like, I'm a real hophead, a yeast fiend, if you will. Take sip of beer with pained expression on face.
Oh my god. Did I ever tell you the story of when I was living with my cousin Steven up in Mount Pleasant? And I'm sorry, you're drinking your Gatorade right now, and I'm so grossed out by the green color of it.
I love it.
That's really gross. Anyway, so Steven and I were having a couple of brews, you know, a couple of brewskis, sucking down that beer like you are with that Gatorade right now. And
I just love the color of it, and also the taste.
It's the same color as it will be when it's coming out of you. That's what I like about it. So we like poured a beer in a glass for me, and there was like a lot of head on it. You know, that's the bubbles for you less initiated in the beer culture.
Yeah, if you're not like a craft beer nerd.
Yeah, so we poured the beer bad, and there was like so much head on it, and Steven was like, "Oh, you like head?" Like it was a gay joke, and I was like, "What do you? I mean, yes, I guess, but not in my like. What are you saying?" So I just laughed it off because that's how you communicate with a person like that. Okay, let's talk about the show Survivor some more. This is a show about reality television and friendship, not reality television and familial relationships.
Okay. Jeff Probst is my dad, but I'll allow it.
Fair. Okay, so on the Laboo tribe, Desi asks Joe where he found the idol at the old camp. I would say solid move by Desi. I think I picked pretty good for the pre-merge choices, right? Desi?
Yeah,
Playing
I mean,
a pretty good game so
you
far,
did
right?
also lose 2 of yours, but I lost 3, so...
Yeah. Can't. 2 can keep a secret if 3 of them are voted out.
I just think maybe it's that we both picked very badly, but just I picked worse.
Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? Devin and Ashley want to get Desi to flip on Joni, and Devin follows Joni around to make sure he doesn't find another hidden immunity idol, but while they are out walking through the woods, Joni notices a similar clue to the last one on a tree, but he doesn't announce it like he did with Cole. I guess, you know, learning, evolution, it's time to play the game. He says, "I will be getting that idol tonight."
It really is a mystery. Full of changes no one sees.
Yeah, I don't like Joni at all. I know we say this every time he comes up in an episode.
He's bad, and I don't like him.
He is. They're editing him to be like this incredible player, but I was thinking like, if this were basketball and Joni was like the league's top scorer, but he was just the top scorer because 80% of his points came from free throws, and he was just like very good at drawing fouls. Like, I don't think that constitutes a really good basketball player, you know? I don't think that's like... I don't think he's an incredibly strategic player. He's just good at one aspect of the game.
Yeah, he's not. No, he's very one-dimensional, and, I mean, the only reason that he's still there is because he had an idol, so...
Yeah. Like, Ty, in the last... Was it 2 seasons? 3 seasons? Whatever seasons he was on. He was a really good player. I know that we've talked some shit about him too, but like he was an enjoyable player to watch because he was really good at finding idols, but also he played an incredible social game, and he was just a nice person to have on your television.
Incredible social game is I don't know about that. I think Ty had strategic issues, but Ty was also good at challenges. I mean, we'll have to see. Mm-hmm. I think we're going to learn a lot more about Joe, you know, once the merge hits next week. I think seeing him in individual challenges is going to be interesting.
I don't see him going far in the merge.
I don't either.
He has put too much of a target on his back already, which is fine if you're like in the last third of the season, but he did it in the first third, which was a mistake, I think. I'm
he's one of those guys that talks too much about how he's playing the game.
Yeah. It's like if you talk about how good you are, nobody's going to think you're good.
Yeah.
You know? You can't talk up yourself. That's not how it works. Okay, so back on the beach, Ashley talks to Desi and asks her if she trusts Joni, and she says, to a point. And then Ashley asks if she'd be willing to vote him out, and she says, oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing, is there's nobody that is around that would not turn on him.
Yeah, because everybody realizes that he would immediately turn on them also.
Yeah. Yeah, his social game's not good.
No, there's a great job. You found two idols. So good. What about the rest of the game, though? Let's stop talking about him. Let's just skip over any other note about him. Over back on the Yawa Real Monsters tribe, Cole is shaking as he's laying in the shelter, and then he gets up and immediately faints. So Mike rushes over to take care of him. You know Mike, Dr. Mike, he's a doctor. Dr.
Mike, baby.
Wasn't there somebody else? Does Jeff Probst just really love doctors?
He loves doctors.
Because wasn't there a doctor a couple seasons ago that he always called Doctor whoever?
Did he call Dr. President Doctor?
He might have. I know we did.
We certainly did.
That guy also sucked. Not
yeah,
that Mike sucks.
He was bad.
Yeah, I didn't like him at all. Which is unfortunate because he's a doctor and also looks like the president.
Nothing
Luckily,
but respect for my Dr. President.
Good. Patriot. The Patriot. Oh, remember that movie, The Patriot? I totally forgot about that movie until right now. I don't know why I thought that was something I needed to say.
I can't believe that you'd forget about a movie starring my favorite actor, Mel Gibson.
Why is he still around?
That was the thing I was just saying to someone. I was like, Daddy's Home 2, like, is not especially appealing to me in like a general sense, but like I do actually really like the concept of a movie where John Lithgow is playing Will Ferrell's dad. Like, that's great. Yeah. It's a good dynamic. The problem is that the other thing is Mark Wahlberg with Mel Gibson playing his dad. Like, oh God.
Yeah. I have a pretty...
We're the hate crime son and father-son combo.
I have a pretty basic opinion of Mark Wahlberg. I don't have anything against him, but he doesn't draw me to the theater. So adding Mel Gibson to his formula doesn't make me want to go see this movie. The first of which I didn't see either.
I don't dislike Mark Wahlberg as an actor, but I think it is always important to note that he did commit a hate crime.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Didn't he beat up some Vietnamese?
He beat up like a Vietnamese guy, yeah. And also,
I mean the 90s, right?
Yeah, and also he had the one time that he said that he would have stopped 9/11 if he was on the plane, which is one of the funniest things that anyone has ever said.
He is the Patriot.
It's true, yeah.
Hey, let's do a quick Tom's IMDb corner. Was Mark Wahlberg in The Patriot?
I don't think he was, but
let's quick double check.
I guess we'll look.
I think he was. I think he played the Patriot. There was Mel Gibson who played whatever the character's name was.
The Patriot's dad.
Daddy's Home 3, the sequel to The Patriot. I'm pretty sure. And then it's like Assassin's Creed or whatever. Where
the Patriot, in parentheses, Daddy's Home 2.
Isn't Assassin's Creed like you have to follow your grandfather's footsteps or whatever? It's the same thing as Daddy's Home 2.
Something like that.
But it takes place 200 years later. The Patriot was really a father-son story about... Isn't there another movie called Moms or something? Bad Moms? There's too many parental movies, I think. What movies is Mark Wahlberg in? You seen Bad Moms? Seen Bad Moms Take Vegas or whatever the new one's called?
The Patriot was nominated for 3 Oscars, but they were like cinematography, music, and sound.
I mean, yes, all important aspects to a feature film, but not big ones. Not big name awards.
Okay, so people that were in The Patriot. Mel Gibson.
Mark Wahlberg.
Heath Ledger, R.I.P.
Mark Wahlberg.
Jason Isaacs, Chris Cooper.
Mark Wahlberg.
Renee Auberjonois, Tom Wilkinson, Donal Logue,
I didn't know he was in that.
Baldwin.
What? You're like forgetting to say Mark Wahlberg.
It's weird that I'm not seeing Mark Wahlberg here.
Do you have like a filter on your browser that like keeps you from seeing his name?
Yeah, the no Wahlberg filter. I gotta turn wall blocked off.
Okay. So Mark Wahlberg apparently not in The Patriot, even though he's the most patriotic man in America, which is like a weird choice for.
I mean, he would have stopped 9/11. So
right. I'm like, would the rest of us? Probably not. I was 10 years old. I wouldn't have known what to do. Okay, do you want to talk about Survivor some more?
If we have to.
I mean, I think it'd be more fun than talking about how Mark Wahlberg isn't in The Patriot.
I mean, he's not, though, is the thing.
He isn't in The Patriot because he is The Patriot.
Oh, okay.
There it is. Jess makes Cole some rice and then realizes she actually does care about him. That's so nice. Love this showmance. So after the whole collapsing situation, Mike says, Dr. Mike, who was an ally of Cole's, says Cole has become a liability.
It just shows Cole, like, lying down, eating, just like, I love food.
I love food. It's so good. Why don't we eat more often, you guys?
Everyone cook all of our rice for me, please.
Yeah. I'm gonna die otherwise. So then he and Ben, Mike and Ben talk on a rock away from camp, and Ben says he knew he was coming on Survivor. He should have worried more about his appetite than his six-pack. Honestly, probably the best quote we're going to get this whole season.
It was pretty good.
So funny. I'm liking Ben more and more every episode.
Yeah, Ben's good. I like him.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about this immunity challenge. I was a big fan of this immunity challenge.
Yeah, I liked it.
It's like the individual challenge where they stack blocks to spell a word, but with 4 people instead of just 1. Each person has a couple blocks next to them, and they have to spell immunity. And while the other people are, balancing it, it's great. Ryan drops pretty early, so Soko with Grime has to start over. Desi drops, so Labu has to start over. Then Ryan is up again and drops again. Can't trust that young Sheldon. His hands are too small. Because he's a child.
It's like our president, am I right? Tiny hands.
Got him. He uses those tiny hands to jerk off Vladimir Putin, am I right?
Yeah, they're super gay for each other.
It means he's less good a person.
Good humor, baby.
Good humor ice cream. Cole places the last block for Yawa Real Monsters, but then drops it as he is returning to his place, so they have to start all over. But eventually they realize that the 3 people not placing the block can balance the plate, while the 4th person who is placing the block can move much faster. So they just, rotate that, and it works really well. They win. Labu takes second, and Jeff yells, which I think this was a weird phrase that he said. He yells, "Everyone will live to see another day." What are you planning, Jeffrey?
It's starting to sound like TJ. This is worrying me.
This is the world's most dangerous game. They say that this is the world's greatest.
The world's least dangerous game, but they're wrong.
Yeah. That's what they don't show you. That's why there's not a Ponderosa for before the merge. It's because Jeff hunts them.
Jeff kills them all.
Now that is a spin-off I would like to see. Okay, so Allie's nervous about Tribal, and JP thinks that she is the next to go. Good stuff. Okay. Over on the Soko with Grime tribe camp, Ryan apologizes to Allie for voting out Rourke and tells her that he has her back from here on out. Important phrasing there. He has her back. Remember that for later. They agree to take out JP, but not Jeff Probst, God forbid. Jeff Probst takes out whoever.
Yeah, Jeff Probst is the one doing the taking out.
That's why nobody from before the merge has ever come back to a returner season.
It's true.
Because they've all been murdered.
Except for Michaela, who was the only one that was able to survive.
Yeah, that's the only one. That's why he invited her back. He was like, I gotta get you. You avoided my grasp before, but not this time. And then she got past the merge, and it was like, well, fuck. Alright, I guess you gotta come back a 3rd time. Allie then approaches Chrissy to discuss the merge, and Allie tries to get her to vote JP. which I think is a very good plan because none of the people on this tribe stand a chance against JP in physical challenges once the merge comes. So they should stick with it, right?
It's a smart idea.
Yeah. Chrissy, though, does not completely trust Allie and wants to discuss the plan with Ryan. And then they cut to Ryan and Chrissy talking, and Ryan says, "I'm so happy to be working with you." Which seems like they're going through with this JP plan, but you realize that they never actually say anyone's name in this conversation.
Yep.
So before leaving for Tribal, Ryan says the closer you are to someone, they can't really see if you go behind their back and backstab them. Young Shelby, I don't like you. If Ryan is cast on Heroes vs. Villains 2, he's definitely going to be on the Villains tribe, right?
I think so.
He's I think they're trying to act as if he is a hero.
No, he's a fucking little snake, and I hope somebody crushes him.
Hey, me too. Ooh, I hope they do that challenge where you wrestle with the big mats on a floating platform in the water, and he has to go up against JP or Cole or Ben or somebody.
Just gets German suplexed into the water.
Suplex City, bitch. If somebody yelled that as they took out Ryan, I would be so here for this show. More than I already am. All right.
It'd be great.
Let's talk about some wildlife shots. All right. Here's there was some fishes. There was, your boy rolling the bat. There's a hermit crab. I know it's probably not the same bat every shot, but I like the fact that we've named the bat makes me think it is the same bat every time we see it.
My boy!
It's Roland. I love Roland. Hermit crab, snake, spider, and some type of storm petrel, I believe. Storm petrels are the smallest seabird. They are difficult to research and identify, so not much is known about them. Like many other seabirds, they have a good relationship with other seabirds and sea mammals, which will help them find food. While trying to nest, they will sometimes be killed by shearwaters who are trying to nest in the same place.
Oh, no!
Yeah, great relationship with other seabirds. They are monogamous, which is nice. They will leave the nest after 62 days to go out on their own. I feel like that's really early for a bird, but I also don't know anything about birds.
I guess I don't know what the normal timeline is, so...
It's usually 18 years, am I right?
Hey!
Like humans, fucking dipshits. What am I saying? Millennials, am I right?
Yeah, ugh.
Hate them. Many species of the storm petrel are threatened by human activity, dipshits, and many are critically endangered, which is the worst case for a species before becoming extinct in the wild and eventually extinct for good. For example, the New Zealand storm petrel was thought to be extinct until the year 2003. That was pretty recently in the grand scheme of things.
I don't like that these birds are maybe becoming extinct.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Yeah, they probably won't be. But they literally live everywhere there is an ocean. So they're spread wide and thin. That's a phrase, right?
Sure. It is now.
Okay, Tribal Council time. JP, they're all talking about the merge, and JP says about the merge, why not get rid of JP? Which is kind of an amazing strategy, I think, when it comes to Tribal Council. Like, yeah, fucking vote me out. Who gives a shit? Nothing else really important happens.
Jeff does at one point say that JP maybe is made of the granite that it looks like he's carved out of.
Oh yeah, that was a really good quote.
Jeff had to.
He's so
Jeff
stoic.
had to. Jeff loves the fucking ripped guys, and he had to compliment that bod.
He does, yeah, and he's like, look, this might be my last chance to do so, JP, nice pecs, my friend. So they go and vote. Jeff reads the votes. First one for Allie. That's JP's vote. Next one for JP. That's Allie's vote. Next one for Allie. What the fuck's happening? Next one. Allie again. Allie's out. Your final person in the game is out.
I don't like it.
It doesn't feel good, does it?
No, it doesn't.
As she gets up to leave, Allie says, "Good luck beating him." I'm a big fan of Allie. I wish she had stuck around for longer. I mean, I'm glad that she didn't, for the fact that you didn't get points this week, but... Well, you mean you didn't get any points for people surviving.
No. They should, they should bring her back.
I'm sure they will. I think they'll bring her back. I think they'll bring Rourke back and Alan. And then probably fucking Ryan. Excuse me, young Sheldon.
Devlin.
They'll bring back Ryan Devlin, who will unfortunately vote himself out first. He'll take the Johnny Fairplay 2 route where he's like, you guys just vote me out. My girlfriend is back home. She's pregnant. That was really upsetting.
My grandma died.
My grandma's pregnant. She's back home. Oh, she died. Still vote me out, though. I have a funeral to go to. Yeah, so, okay. Do you want to get into the points you won this episode?
Yes, I do.
All right, Thomas. You're sitting pretty at 23 points. You got a point for Lavu winning immunity, and another one for Yawa winning reward. Didn't drink any beer, though. No points for that. Cole was not medevac, so you didn't get a point for saying he would be. No. Just saying.
I just wanted it to be true.
I know, that would have been so good. I feel like they teased it too much, though. I got 18 points, because Desi survived. Last person of the 6 original people we chose. Only one to make it to the merge. I feel like I made some good choices.
Easily the first time that has ever happened.
I don't think so. Wait, that we've only had
of the people that we picked,
yeah.
only one of them has made it to the merge.
I think you're probably right. I would go back and listen to an old episode, but I don't listen to them past the week that we post them. Yawa won immunity, got a point for that. Soko won reward, got a point for that. And Cole was not medevac, so I got another point for that. 18-23, closing in, buddy.
Yeah, you're only down by 5.
I mean, what was it last week? 7 or something?
Something like that. So are we going to pick people for the merge now?
Yeah, do you want to? Or do you want to just continue with this game with 0 people left in the game for yourself?
Maybe I do, Jake.
Okay, well, I mean, that's your choice.
No,
It's a weird strategy, but sure. Okay, so there's 12 people left in the game. Can you name all of them?
There is. Chrissy, Ryan, Desi, Dr. Mark.
Nope, not his name, but I know who you're talking about.
What's his name?
Mike.
Dr. Mike, yeah. The other stone. Did I say Cole?
You did not say Cole.
Cole's there. There's the other stoner guy whose name starts with a B, I think. He's like the surfer guy.
His name starts with a B?
What does his name actually start with?
There's a guy on the show whose name starts with a B. He's not a stoner or a surfer guy, though.
All right, who's the surfer guy then?
Devin?
Devin. Okay, yeah. Bevan. The red B emoji, Bevan.
Love Bevan.
Yeah, Joni.
Mm-hmm.
There's, is it Lauren? That's the...
Lauren, yep.
Yeah, there's Lauren. There's JP.
Mm-hmm.
There is... Oh, I'm going through everybody. I'm trying to think of all the people.
I think you're missing 3 at this point?
Yeah, there's, what's the girl that Cole's seeing? What's her name?
Yeah, they're seeing each other.
Yeah.
Jessica.
Jessica, yeah. There's Jessica. Yep. There.
See, I asked you to name everybody because I wanted to show that they did not do a good job of
No, they did a very poor job, I would say.
They're like, hey, you know young Sheldon? He's a person on the show.
You love him, right?
Watch young Sheldon coming up right after Survivor this week. It's the same guy.
The other two are Cochran and Cochran.
Yep, there's 3 young Sheldons this season. Did you say Ben?
I didn't say Ben. I actually kind of like Ben too. I feel bad about that.
Yeah. Did you say Ashley?
I didn't. Is Ashley the one that was in an alliance with Alan at one point?
Yes.
Okay.
She did not like Alan, but they were the only.
I
two
thought about her
females
for
to
a second,
be
and then
on
in my
Switch.
head I was like, I think she got eliminated. I don't know why I thought that, but
No, she's still around. I confuse her and Jessica a lot because they're both like bubbly blonde white women,
and they're both like
Who are
barely
about the same
on
age.
at all.
Yeah. Okay, do you want me to tell you how everyone is at voting so far?
Please do.
Maybe this will influence your decision on who to pick for the merge. One person to pick for the merge. One person to rule them all. And his name is Jeff Probst. Benjamin has been to tribal council one time, and he has voted correctly, so he's sitting pretty at 100%.
100%.
100. JP, 3 of 3, 100. Chrissy, 3 of 3, 100. Jessica and Cole have not been to tribal council yet. Joni is 1 of 1, 100%. Ashley is 1 of 2, so she's only at 50% because, what's his name played as idol. Desi has been there one time and voted correctly. Devin has been 3 times, but only voted twice because his vote got blocked that one time.
Oh, yeah. The fucking cell phone,
yeah.
like,
That is
reward
not
that
an
he had.
advantage.
I love reading that being like, what?
Yeah, that was whoever produced that plot line or that series of events did a very good job and needs a raise.
It's so good.
Devin has voted correctly the 2 times he has voted, but he has been to tribal three times. Mike has not been to tribal yet. Lauren has been 2 of 2 times. She's voted correctly. And young Sheldon has been to tribal council more times than anyone else with 4, and he has voted correctly 4 of those times. So he's at 100%. 100. He's got an A++ at voting. So, yeah. Take your pick. Who's your merge person?
I'm going to pick Dr. Mike.
Okay. Good choice, dude. I hope he's out next week. For one solid month of Thomas picking wrong. Okay. Dr. fucking
No,
Mike
I'm not. I'm
Lovett.
gonna pick Lauren.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with Desi. I think she's had a good edit so far. She's playing a quiet game, and I think she's gonna flourish in the merge.
I also think she's going to flourish.
Did I say flourish?
You said it kind of weird.
You said it kind of weird. All right. Of these 12 people, who do you think will win immunity?
I think JP is going to win immunity.
Okay. I think... Who's left? I think Ben's going to win immunity. This is definitely the more fun part when we have to pick between people rather than tribes. Cause
I agree.
who gives a fuck about the tribes? They should really just start the show at the merge. Let the preseason be like a YouTube show. Then have the merge be the real show. Okay. Who do you think is going to win the reward?
I think that, as much as it hurts me to say, I think Joe is going to be one of the people that wins reward.
Okay. I'm going to go with Devin only because my cursor is currently on his name. In this
Good
text
reason as
document.
any.
What do you think is going to be the reward, though? There's only so many things in the world. Pick one of them.
I think it's going to be beer.
If you hadn't picked beer, I would have picked beer. I think it's going to be hamburgers.
I can't.
Or cheeseburgers.
I can't believe.
Take your
I
pick.
cannot believe that you're not saying tools to build a shelter.
Well, here's the thing. They already got the pizza to make the Pizza Hut, so
That's a good point.
they don't need it anymore. And also, it would be weird for only one person to win that reward.
Just get your one little shelter.
It's like, oh, okay, Ryan, you get a bed. Everyone else has to sleep on bamboo, and you get a tent, but everybody else sleeps under some leaves. Who's the next person to be voted out, though?
I'm gonna say Joni. Think he's gonna get blindsided.
Oh, I would fucking love that. You know what? Since we're picking our least favorite people, I'm gonna go with Young Sheldon this week.
That was, if I didn't pick Joe, I would have picked Young Sheldon. So
good. I hope one of us is right.
I sincerely
Honestly,
do.
It's like those points that we win where it just makes the show more enjoyable. Those are the best points to win. Because it's like, oh, I think Desi's going to be voted out, but I don't want that.
It's also great because it's like, oh no, for us, it's like if the other person's right, it's like, oh, they got a point, but also like,
cool. Now I don't have to deal with any shit anymore.
So at least I get something out of it.
Yeah. Do you think Cole will be medevaced this week?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna also say no.
I wish you had said yes. That would have been great.
And then he does. He eats too much steak like Joe did a couple seasons ago.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't stop. It was so delicious. It's like my favorite thing that... Okay, top 2 things that have ever... Top 3 things in Survivor history. Number 3 is the grandma lie that Johnny Fairplay did. Fucking fantastic. Number 2 is Joe eating too much steak because he couldn't stop. And of course, number 1 is, of course, Jeff on his Jeff ski, taking the votes to New York.
Jeff getting knocked over by that wave, number 1.
Oh, that's definitely top 5 for sure. Okay, so the Cole being medevac thing is not going to be a real point.
No.
But I'm still going to ask you every week.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah. What we think. Okay, quick challenge chunk. The final has begun. The people competing are CT, Donkey Kong, Jordan, Kara, Camilla, and Tori.
Man, I do not give a shit.
Yep. Fun fact, though, only Jordan and CT are from the same original franchise with The Real World. The other ones are from other shows. I realize that you don't care about that at all, but...
What show is Kara from?
Kara's first season was Fresh Meat 2 on the challenge.
Interesting.
She was never on The Real World or anything. Tori was Are You the One, Camilla was Spring Break Challenge, and Donkey Kong was on Road Rules. So, fucking love it. Fucking love it. Do you want to update on Are You the One this season?
Sure.
Okay. They're now 6 weeks in. They got 4 beams this week. Still have 0 perfect matches. At this point last season, they had 1 perfect match, being Cam and Eddie, which was a mistake on that house's part, but, season 5 was a dark period for all of us, and that's why Ryan Devlin quit the show. Season 4, they had 2 confirmed perfect matches. Season 3, they had 1. Season 2 had 2, and Season 1 also had 2. So at this point, Season 6 is this it? Oh my god, I can't believe there's 6 seasons in already. Anyway, they're the worst that's ever been on this show. Even the team that didn't win is doing better than they were at this point.
Really, like, after that season, it's like, well, they can't get any worse. That's where we're wrong.
Also, the challenge this week, they had to make gumbo, and somebody put cucumber in their gumbo.
What the fuck?
I know. And then Terrence J came on and was like the judge, and he picked anonymously, and he was like, "What the fuck is any of this? You are all bad at making gumbo." There was like one good version. It was a great episode though. Fucking love this.
I really need to watch this show.
Don't honestly don't watch this season. It's so infuriating. It is more infuriating than season 5. And, like, there's not even any, like, real cute people on it. There's, like, a couple, but not enough to be watching every week, Anyway, this is the last part of the show. You saw this on Twitter. Our good friend, listener, and Twitter follower, Kara made a picture of Jeff Probst as Jeff Ghost.
It was very good.
And it was very good, and really, it should be the official show's logo from here on out.
Shouts out, Kara.
And when I say official show, I mean Survivor. I think
that should also be the logo for Survivor.
Should be Jeff Probst with the ghost drawn over him. Excuse me, Jeff Ghost. That was very good. I like
it a lot.
That. Also, speaking of Twitter, Eric Reichenbach is still doing this campaign for Survivor Alaska. I mean, fucking, what's his name? Jeff Probst has not responded yet to it, I don't think. But he's very busy with his birthday, I know, so we'll cut him some slack. But every week, Wednesday at 7 Central, tweet Survivor Alaska at Jeff Probst, at Eric Reichenbach, at CBS.com. That's not how Twitter works, but you know what I mean. You can follow us on Twitter at BYWSLN. My own Twitter is Jake Scheidel. You can follow that. Also, Thomas died. His Twitter is Tom. He probably won't be using it anymore because he is dead now.
Died. Jake, what's going on? Spooky.
It's Halloween still. It's Halloween forever. Like us on Facebook if you want. We have an email, didyouwatchlastnight@gmail.com. Email us. Shoot us a review on iTunes and whatever
5
else.
stars only, please.
Please. That's very important to know. If you like my voice and you like hearing me talk about things, you can listen to my other podcast. It's called Popular Vultures, where we debate 2 pop culture topics. This week we debated... The 2 topics were Mass Seduction by St. Vincent and the self-titled album by St. Vincent. So, listen to that shit. It's a good time.
That's pretty cool.
And, it's the end of the show. Listen next week when we talk about what happens on The Merge. And as always, have a great summer.
Trips.
Oh, do you want to do the first part?
No, it's
you haven't done the first part at all.
It's too late now.
Well, I mean
have a great summer.
Trips.
Evolution is a mystery, full of chains that no one sees. Clock makes a fool of history. Yesterday's too long ago. Don't agree with what I know. Tomorrow got no place to be. I see the line in the sand. Time to find out who I am. Looking back to see where I stand. Evolution.
You ready? You recording it? Okay.
I am recording now.
Okay, I'm gonna start over. Hello,
I am
welcome
recording
to...
now.
All right. Oh, you got a Gatorade instead of that Uptown.
I did, yeah.
What flavor is that?
It is the Gatorade Flow kiwi strawberry.
I don't like the period food Gatorades they've got going on there. Seems like a misstep.
It's also especially weird because it's green Gatorade. I don't know what they're implying there.
It's the toxic shock syndrome Gatorade. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that at all.
Time to find out who I am. Looking back to see where I stand. Evolution.
You know what my favorite thing that The Undertaker does is? This. Undertaker is like, I know what you did last summer.